What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Mind the Snap, the NFL podcast straight from the UK, where the tea's hot, the stakes are hotter, but sadly, the Bills have once again found a way to ruin my weekend.
Hell no, 5-0. That's a tough one for the Bills Mafia. But I thought you was going to need a wellness check after that ending.
Oh, honestly, I am still recovering, but hey, that's the beauty of the NFL, isn't it? Heartbreak one week, hope the next.
Exactly, and whether your team's flying high or fumbling their way through, we've got you covered. We'll have touchdowns, drama and chaos from across the league.
Yeah, so grab a brew, shake off the losses, Bills fans, and remember, mind the snap.
So alright Ryan, let's strap in because the NFL is delivering a drama left, right and centre. So let's rattle off our big 5 headlines that you need to know.
Yeah, let's give it your best man. I mean, I've got my coffee. I'm still going to keep moaning about the Bills. Let's go.
So our biggest headline of the week. The Bengals acquired Daddy Flacco amid their QB turmoil. In a surprise move, the Cincinnati Bengals traded for veteran QB Daddy Flacco, acquiring him from the Browns in a deal involving draft picks. With starter Joe Burrow unavailable, injury or struggle, depending on your source, the Bengals are clearly looking for stabilisation at the QB spot.
Yeah, it's definitely a calculated gamble from the Bengals. And I mean, Flacco does bring experience and leadership, albeit a bit of inconsistent performance in the last few years. But the question now is, can he steady a floundering offense? Also, I mean, what does it mean for the younger QBs on the roster? Is this just a stopgap or a shift in direction?
Exactly, and if you look at what is left in Cleveland, they've now got rookies QB1, QB2, with their starting QB is Dylan Gabriel, with Shadow waiting in the shadows.
And then headline 2, the Browns have started their construction on a $3.4 billion stadium project. That is a lot of money. So away from the field, the Browns have officially broke ground on a massive $3.4 billion stadium project, the largest development in the Northeast Ohio history.
It's definitely a bold statement. With their current lease expiring soon, the timing suggests a long-term commitment to the region and a bid to re-energise the franchise's identity. But there's always risk, cost overruns, community impacts, and then how that team performance holds up in the interim. Can they fill it once it's built?
Yeah, that is a big question for them, yeah.
So we move on to headline 3. The controversial Jerry Jones always likes to be in the news, doesn't he?
He loves it. He loves it.
Exactly. He's been fined $250,000 for an obscene gesture. He was fined $250,000 by the NFL for making an obscene gesture towards a fan during the Cowboys' 37-22 win over the Jets. He claims it was accidental. Supposedly meant as a thumbs up, turned the wrong direction.
I'm sure it did.
Not quite sure how you confuse your thumb for... Yeah.
Good effort, Jerry Jones, but I mean, whether it's intentional or not, it's a fine line now the owners and the public figures walk, don't they, under the league spotlight. I mean, the league is sending message, actions, even if in the heat of the moment, they do carry consequences.
Massively. And it also invites questions about consistency. The NFL's disciplined owners before, but does everyone get treated equally? Fan perception, PR fallout, it's all part of that cost.
Hey, you can't be doing that, Jerry Jones. Sorry, mate. You don't be doing that in the game.
Not with all the cameras everywhere nowadays. When you're such a high-profile figure such as JJ, there it's yeah.
Headline 4: Odell Beckham Jr. He's accepted a 6-game suspension for a ped violation. I mean, it's sad news because I actually really like Odell Beckham Jr., but he's admitted a violation of NFL's performance-enhancing drug policy and therefore accepted a 6-game suspension.
Exactly. It's a massive setback, a significant one for a player still trying to find a team once to take a chance. He maintains it was unintentional. I think him and Jerry Jones have got the same press manager.
He must have, yeah.
But regardless, it raises concerns about due diligence, testing protocols, and how the teams would evaluate that risk versus reward in signing marquee names. You got to think that potentially 6 games out at this heartbeat of the season, a team's going to take a gamble.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big blow for him there at that point because he could be useful for some teams as the season
Exactly, but
goes.
you're talking about them coming in at week 13. Who's going to take a
Too
gamble at
late.
week 13 unless you have a serious shortage of wide players?
Yeah. That takes on to headline 5, the Eagles' offensive line regression. I mean, it's starting to raise some alarms. So we're turning it now on a team performance. The Eagles are seeing a bit of regression up front. Their offensive line, previously normally a strength of theirs, is a bit underperforming. I mean, it's allowing pressure sacks, and they are revealing some vulnerabilities in both the run and the pass protection.
I don't think I'd ever seen Hurts being sacked as much. But it does take you to some of the because key injury to those linemen. It depends on the source you have. Is it lingering wear and tear from last season? They do like a consistent line, don't they? And fatigue. These guys take big hits and give big hits. So they can't rely on that defense alone. So the offense has got to be balanced. But if they don't shore this up, their ceiling will be limited.
It will be. I mean, they are grinding out the wins at the minute, but to your point there, mate, they definitely need to shore that up. If not, they are going to start coming into some trouble. I mean, these are the key headlines coming out this week so far.
But stay with us because after a short break, we have a fan of the show joining us.
Welcome back, Snappers. This week, we have a special guest and fan of the show. Give a warm Snappers welcome to Raider Ross.
So it's great to have you with us today, Ross. Firstly, how are you doing?
All good, thank you. Let's go Raiders!
Yeah. So welcome to the show. Can you just give us a little background info on your NFL journey and how you found the Raiders?
Well, I am a complete newbie to NFL. I'm loving the journey so far, I really am. You guys have been great. This pod's been fantastic because I've had questions answered before I was about to ask the question, thinking actually I've heard that on the pod, which is it's great to be honest. And then I've been really fortunate with the games that I've been watching so far because I didn't think that they would actually go that way, and it's sort of the last kick of the game that's being blocked or something. There's always something exciting happening, and I've just been really lucky with all the games that I've watched so far, apart from last week. So I am a Raiders fan, and it was over. It was over before it started against the Colts. I was gutted really because we never got going at all. But it's a difficult one because choosing the Raiders. Thankfully, this down to you two boys really. Taking me on a stag do or bachelor party for your American listeners, and I've already heard a few of them on the show, which is fantastic. You're going global already, lads. Well done. But yeah, no, I chose the Raiders due to going to Las Vegas. Had a great stag do, so where better and why not to choose the Raiders until I've now recently found out that everyone hates the Raiders.
Yeah, so the Raiders are the Saracens of NFL.
Right.
They play the black jerseys and everyone hates them because they've got the shiny with country.
We can't annihilate a random team from a different sport on here already. We can't be having us out.
But do we?
Fans.
We call it jealousy, Ross, don't we?
Yeah, listen, the Saris are incredible, and the Raiders are going to follow in the Saris' footsteps. You just watch his space.
So with you being relatively new to the NFL then, Ross, what are the games you've seen from the first few weeks? What's been your favourite game? What's been your favourite game you've watched so far?
I actually have, I think, a secret second team. But,
Ooh.
yeah, and it's going to come to... the reason I've got this secret second team is, I think, the first proper game I really got into, and that was Dallas Cowboys versus... Giants. It was Cowboys-Giants game, and I'm a massive fan of rugby, and I really like the kicking game in rugby. I really like kickers, And I think it was your mention about the special teams, and I was like, right, I understand, because the commentator was like, special teams are coming on. I was like, all right, okay, I know this bit. I know what I'm talking about. And then Aubrey, I think his name, and he kicked a 64-yard field goal, and I just was like, that's incredible.
We call that a Wilco special, don't we? In rugby terms.
Right, exactly right. Johnny Wilkinson speciality. So I've done some research on him, and I think he's got the most distance ever from field goals from any player. So the most over 64 yards, I think they quoted. I might be wrong, but that's what I read up, and I was just super impressed with him. So it's probably not actually following the Cowboys, it's probably just following him. So wherever he goes, I will be there. I will be a fan. I've certainly.
It's all special teams, isn't it? And it's everyone finds that moment to relate to the sport, to new sports coming in.
Yeah.
We look at the winning the World Cup in the rugby with Wilco's drop goal in the dying seconds, and you look at Aubrey's dying seconds to take him into overtime, and then again in overtime to win the game.
Fantastic.
Was just incredible.
Yeah, exactly right. A 64 and I think a 45 to win the game or something. Yeah. And I know one of the questions is what's your welcome to moment, but I'm too much of a newbie, but at the moment, I mean, what a way to welcome someone in who loves kickers. I love Farrell, I love Wilco, I've loved all the kicking part about rugby, and that just really put a smile on my face. I was like, this isn't just about the big hits, not about the big throws, not about the runners. This is and the defender. It's just like, there's also a lot more to this, because that guy has technically changed the whole game and won, and then gone on to win it. Fantastic! No, really exciting.
We've always said all across the pod, special teams.
Yeah. Special teams, special plays, special players. But you're right. You have answered your question there. Like, what's your welcome to NFL moment? So you're new to the Raiders. Have you got a favourite Raiders player so far?
Well, I've got a shirt coming, and I was going to hope it was coming today, and it was going to be ready for the pod, but it'll wait. But no, I'm really enjoying it, and the rookie year, I'm regretting not. He's got my favourite number 2 as well, and I was like, maybe I should have got that one. So I might have peaked too early with my selection. So I better not mention any names just yet, and I'll see it out.
Yeah, we were thinking you like the big hits. You like you always like the defensive players and the guys that don't get the glory all of the time.
Yeah, so
it's so we thought, we reckon you're going to be a Max Crosby kind of guy.
Exactly the shirt I've got.
That's
exactly the one.
Yeah,
he's a beast.
Oh, he's incredible. He's he's up there. I think that there's been some incredible ones this year. It's us being rookies to the NFL. Really, we were the same. So we've done it for a couple of years now, but we've all been about the Saquons, the Jamar Chasers, the Derrick Henrys, and the Mahomes. Some guy in Buffalo, I can't remember his name.
I'll remind you, mate, it's Josh Allen.
Yeah. So we were all about that, but now we're looking at like Micah Parsons, Max Crosby's.
Yeah.
They're changing how you see the game. And as for you, you'll be able to bring in your experience from other sports into how your enjoyment. So it's great to know that things can cross, can't they? It's
100%.
Yeah, it's the kicking game is as important in NFL as it is in rugby.
Yeah.
You got to make those yards. You got to make turn the game over, and make those penalties or field goals. Yeah, it's not everyone can be a fly half and a quarterback, can they? Or a winger and a wide receiver.
100%. No, and it seems, I just thought it was all going to be about one man, because that's all you sort of hear is the same name over and over. But since getting into it, I'm like, actually, it's not the same man. It's not the same name. Someone stepping up in each game, and I'm thinking, quite like that player now. I quite like, you know, so it's
Yeah.
exciting. But yeah, I'm on a long journey to start learning. I'm way behind, I think, with all the names, the players, and the stats. But I've been going through loads of internet and Wikipedia pages to try and do some homework and catch up, I think.
But for us, it's all about enjoying what you're seeing. You're watching the games, you're enjoying the plays. You might not, at the moment, you don't understand a lot of the players, maybe, but you see similarities. You can appreciate a big hit on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miles Garrett, we saw him on Sunday, nailing the QB a couple of times. Carson Wentz, new been in the game. A couple of tackles there, weren't it, at the last minute? But there's some great players. Jalen Carter, we saw.
Unreal. Like, I've seen them jump and over tackles. Like, I know when you watch it back in the slow mo, you're like, wow, how has he literally done that? He's literally jumped a tackle. It's just,
yeah. When you see some of the Giants, like the Giant players in the game blocking those field goals, and like that Eagles player blocking it, and then for lots of bloke of his size running down the other side, like I'm saying, he was going like 20 miles an hour at one point. You're like, wow, how is he doing that? So
the guy is bigger than Jamie George, and he's sprinting like Usain Bolt. He's like, brilliant. You can't imagine your goat, Jamie George. Jumping 6 feet in the air to block a penalty, can you?
I don't know if he would have got up to the 20 mile per hour, but he would have definitely blocked it.
Yeah.
So you've probably answered it already, mate. But what got you into the NFL then? What's driven you to be watching this now week in, week out in your rookie season, we'll call it?
A rather global, sensational podcast. This one here. No, it really has. I just thought I'm going to tune in. You know, obviously I know you guys. I know you guys for years, and I would have supported whatever it was that you guys were going to do, regardless. But you know, I tuned in and I thought, sounds pretty interesting. You know, and I've always thought maybe I could get into it. I was toying with the idea, and I thought, no, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give it a listen. And I think I pestered you, Ryan, for about a good hour of questions during one of the matches. What's the flag? Oh my God, there's like 5 flags just been thrown. What's going on now? And then when I hear sort of unsportsmanship behaviour as a ruling, and I thought, you know what? It's like they've got a bit of everything. They've got banter, but you can't take it too far. And I'm like, hold on a minute, he's just smashed him, but yet you're not allowed to hold the guy. And I was like, why can't he hold him? He's just
yeah. You can't. You get done for taunting if you're celebrating someone's face. Yet you can smash that guy's face in.
It's crazy. And I think, honestly,
as long as he's holding the ball, you can do what you want to him.
Yeah.
But if he stood there and you laugh in his face, yep, flag.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty.
Yeah, and honestly, I know it's not just because I'm on the pod and saying it. It's literally, you know, the pod has helped, and it's all these small bits, and it's a great. I love that part of the show where you guys just take a little part of the game, and then I actually then physically see it on the TV, and I'm like, all right, okay, I've got that bit. I've sussed it out.
It makes sense.
So, I think I've got into this because of you guys. I think you boys taking me to Vegas, and me thinking, you know, hands down, it's got to be the Raiders. Even through the dark days already, the dark winter months, the dark winter months are on their way for the Raiders. But no, I'm not going to change teams. I'm going to stick with them, and I just love it. I love it. I'm really getting into it, and I was on DAZN, and I brought the season pass, and I was like, no, I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm spending. I'm going for it. We're going all for it. So yeah, no credit to you guys really, because that's definitely given me the better Sundays, and it's a great way to wind down on a Sunday evening. I'd love for it to be on a Saturday, But having said that,
It would be amazing.
having said
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
we've got rugby and we've got football or soccer over here. So
Well, next year we'll get you into Saturdays.
yeah,
So you and Ryan can both choose your college teams
yeah,
because DAZN have their college.
yeah.
So me and Dan Gilligan, we've got our college team set, and Will as well.
Okay.
So we're there with I'm a Wisconsin Badger. So out of Camp Randall in Wisconsin, jump around, and then we've got I think Will's a North Dakota, and then Danny he picks these teams like glory teams. Is Michigan State.
Yeah.
Yeah, like his Pats, it's nothing special. When they get a win, we know about it. When they,
Brilliant.
So Ross,
but Ross, if we'd have told you actually we told you in May when we was in Vegas and we said that you would spend your Sundays watching 6 hours of NFL, you would laugh at us.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
When we said that, we asked us how long the game is, and we said it lasts for 60 minutes, is the game, but they play about 60 minutes over 3.5 hours. And you're like, no, not for me. And then
right.
you sit and watch the game, and that 3.5 hours is gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they stop for every play, when they're playing, it's so fast, and it's there's no breaking it. It's enthralling. I think it's
very good, and the fact that you're loving it, mate, makes it even better. So
yeah, and it makes us
You're
great.
on the right.
It's, yeah.
As you say, I'm there a Sunday, and I'm finding myself going, do you know what? I can stay up and watch the next one. What? Yeah, no. Do you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'll stay up till 12:30. And you know, I'm finding myself like I can't stand the adverts. I must admit, at the moment, it's driving me crazy. But I think with the Red Zone and Channel 5 doing their bit, Sky doing their bit, DAZN I've got on the TV, I've got apps open everywhere. I've got 2 laptops on the go.
you can flick through.
I've got 4. I've learned how to get the 4 screens up on the big screen now as well. And I'm like, you know what? As soon as an advert's on, I'm quick. I'm on the controller and I'm zapping over. I'm pressing mute on that one. I'm onto this one, and this. You just trying to get a bit of a feel for everything. I think I probably did it the wrong way because I'm hearing players from everywhere. I think, you know, that's when I said about Aubrey earlier. I was like, is he a Giants? Is he Cowboys? Oh, I'm so confused. I'm just confusing myself, but because I'm just throwing myself everywhere, and I'm just really enjoying it now. I really am.
But that's why we started this, wasn't it? Really, it was to share our journey into the NFL as we were starting relative rookies, a little bit further on than you were because you had no exposure to it. But I wanted to help others get into it, really. And we've had some great guests on, and with yourself as well. It's for us, that's what makes us do what we do. Yeah. I think it's that.
Yeah.
We get our mates involved, get everyone involved, and it's good.
You have had some great guests as well. I've learned a lot from your guests. Yeah, you know, they're just like from different teams, and they've actually got sort of in the back of my mind, and it makes me focus and watch their teams as well. So, you know, as much as it hates me to say it, I've even had to sit through and watch some of the Eagles games because of our Glory Hunter friend who's now hopefully going to join this ride with us and on the NFL ride.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, he is a Man U fan, so he's going to choose. Yeah.
Ross, you have to share us your rookie knowledge now. Then, so we'll do our predictions for the season, but we start with every guest team first. So, what's going to happen? Do you think for the Raiders this year?
Let's go Raiders. Let's well, okay, so I done a little bit of research, as I said. So I found out that we were 4 for 13 last season. So I thought, well, that's not good. When I saw the 13 bit, I got excited and I was like, oh, perhaps they've won 13, but actually no, they've won 4 and lost 13. I thought to be fair, I tuned in quite confidently against the Colts after losing out to that rubbish team, the Bears, and
One year.
no, I mean that was such a great, another great game, the Raiders Bears, and then yet another block kick, and I was just like, there's so many block kicks, it's fantastic. So I went into all the confidence in the world. I was like, right, Raiders Colts, I'm buzzing for this, and then we didn't even turn up. I don't know what happened. I know I'm a newbie, but I do not know what happened. Maybe I just underestimated the Colts or overestimated the Raiders, but
But that's the beauty of the sport, is this year there's been so many teams punching above their weight. The Colts you wouldn't think will be where they were at the moment and stuff. So yeah. So with that in mind, currently sat 1-4 in a tough group with the Chargers, the Chiefs, and some team from Denver.
Yeah.
Who were they? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll probably be rock solid bottom of of the group. It's the AFC West, right? Is that right? Is that yeah? I'm there. Yeah. I'm getting there. Yeah.
You're getting there, yeah.
So, yeah, I think we'll be stone bottom. But I've got a feeling that we're going to do better than last year. I think I'll be really pleased with. I'd be really pleased with 7-9, but realistically, I think 6-10. Unless I'm counting too many games, I'm not sure. But I think there's around 16. I think I was reading up about 16 fixtures, and I think, I think about 6-10, and I'd be pretty happy with that. It's a step forward from last season, and I think
if you can improve that W record, it's always progression.
Yeah. And I just think. I don't know how it all works, and that bit I need to learn. But I think with just a couple more signings and let these rookies come through, as the new rookie, what's his name again? Look, it could and that come to nothing. But to me, he looks phenomenal, and all right, they sort of shut him down in against the Colts, but I think they shut everyone down. So maybe you can sort of push that one to the side a bit. But I just think if they can get a few more signings and they start gelling, I think give it 2 or 3 seasons. And from what I'm reading and what I'm listening to, there could be a force to reckon with. And I think they're certainly going to start heading towards the playoffs, and then maybe back to the. Maybe back to the Super Bowl. You never know.
No, you never know. There, it's all a good draft, isn't it? So, you look at the last 2 first picks. Both of them were Brock Bowers. He was fantastic last year, phenomenal player, Brock Bowers. And this year, Jaunty, running back. So you're slowly building that great squad up and that great depth. Yeah. And I think it's and you brought in an experienced QB to help the rookies this year.
Yeah.
So I think he's on about. I think there's a new contract in the midst for him, an extension for another year. But that means to me that they're thinking about looking at quarterbacks in the draft next year.
The draft.
Yeah, get somebody in. Yeah. And I think where it's going at the moment in the predictions of a draft order. I know it's early days because it's only week
6 coming up.
Yeah, coming up. But there's some big names in there. Some big QBs in there.
Yeah,
you can get somebody like Archie Manning in there because he's not coming up as at the moment as first, but he's got some talent, that boy. So there is some good youngsters coming through. That it's an advantage of the lower teams. The teams, which I think is fantastic for me. It's the teams who finish rock bottom get the first pick of the best players. I think that's great. Wow. It's unless you've traded it off.
Yeah. I mean, and I think, as you say, if we get an early pick in the drafts and we get who we want to get, and everybody is on the same page with it, and you pick right, you just don't know. It seems. I mean, I might be wrong, but it always. And I'm probably contradicting myself because earlier on I said there's not just one player, or it doesn't seem like there's one major star anymore, but. there's always one name, and you're like, wow, look, that, you know. I always hear Mahomes being shouted about, and he obviously makes a huge difference. And so you're gonna need someone. You're gonna need a superstar, obviously, and I get that. And I just hope.
Always those missing parts, isn't it? You can have the fastest running back in the NFL.
Yeah.
If you haven't got anybody to throw to him, yeah. So it doesn't matter, does it? It's it could be a star player coming in, or it could be the right player coming in. It's but I've been really impressed with Jaunty. I think we were talking about him the other week, weren't we, Ryan? It's and with him, Bob Bowers, Jacoby Myers at wide receiver, and Max Crosby dominating that defense.
This is crazy.
They're definitely a rebuilding team, 100%. They're definitely rebuilding. I'm feeling a Raider.
It's crazy to hear this because you're normally all negative about the Raiders. All of you. Yes, all of you.
No, it's we have the fun. So today, we don't know who we'll pick yet today. I generally try to upset at least one franchise each week.
I like that bit. That's really good.
So I've already alienated any rugby fans trying to join the show with
exactly
with the Savage being the hated rugby team. But
great, brilliant.
But on that segue though, Ross, you can upset all the NFL fans who listen in.
Yep.
Who's winning the Super Bowl from what you've seen so far?
It's so difficult. I don't envy anybody when you ask this question. Unless you're going to just go with your own team, and there's no way I can say Raiders as much as I want to. It would be a waste of an answer. I think Eagles and Chiefs have been fantastic over the last few years, and it's hard not to pick any of them because you just think, when someone gets into a final and they win it, or they get there and thereabouts all the time, and you just think, wow, it's got to be, and then those that don't get there, that must be demoralising. It must make it so much more difficult to actually get there, get over the line. Your team, Ryan, are doing fantastic, but from a few little things I've read in over the years, so close yet so far, and it seems like you're getting knocked out by probably the overall winners or the overall finalists, and it's like, how frustrating. And those teams that are doing that constantly, I think, stand a massive chance because they know they can do it. They've been there before. But
in your home life, Ross, it's what Ryan supports Tottenham in NFL terms.
The nearly team.
The nearly team. Keep making semi-finals, made a few finals, and but they won one this year. So is that a knock on for the Bills to win this year?
I was going down the road of picking them when I was going through this question, and then all of a sudden we have an upset, and they are only human after all. But that said, I think they've been really lucky in some of the games. There's been block kicks, or they've won it by the last kick of the game and things. And I think, have they got what it takes? And I've unfortunately not managed to watch a full game of them yet. I've only watched the highlights when I've watched them play. So I must pick up on a full game on them. I'm quite excited to do that, and I hope that they lose just so I can give Ryan some. But anyway, back to the answer. I think they've been really unlucky with the losses this year, and one of your guests is a massive fan and been on there, and she made me look out for them a little bit, and I thought, you know what? And I think I've watched 2 of their games now. One, they were super unlucky. Another one, they absolutely dominated. And I think they're going to be an absolute menace coming through in this year. And Ryan, you already know the answer, I think, because I've had it on the old WhatsApp now and then. But it's going to be the Detroit Lions. I think they're going to get there, and I think they're going to win it. I'd even push it further out, and depending on how the playoffs work, because I'm not too sure all of that, but I think it'll be a Detroit Bills final, if that's possible. If it's not possible, then you can throw that one away. But I honestly think between the Bills and the Lions, it's going to be one heck of a Super Bowl.
That would be one hell of a Super Bowl, and that can happen.
Yeah.
You're right, but there would be one hell of a
Yeah,
Super Bowl. I think
really
everyone would be loving
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. It's so I'd already written lines as you were talking. So
Yeah. Well, I've got some notes in front of me, and on those notes, I've been scribbled out. I've got Eagles, and I went, nah, don't be silly, scratch that one out. I've got Chiefs.
Mate, it's a
I've
good
got Chiefs written down, and I was like, I don't know. And then the more I convinced myself, and I was just like, do you know, no, I can't see them not winning it. And I'm probably wrong. I support the Raiders after all, so.
yeah. Well, I can't pick, so I'm like, I think with what you said, to me, it's a Lions-Bills final. As it stands right now,
Yeah.
and how into the season. Beginning of the season, I had totally different views. The way it's panned out now, is I can't see past the Bills-Lions Super Bowl.
No, it would be fantastic, because I think I've heard that from others as well, and so everyone seems to be saying this. So, well, let's hope that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, if you see my fantasy picks, then you'll know that I'm a big Lions player fan. In that, yeah, our man's St. Brown and Montgomery getting me some points.
Yeah, nice.
So.
Well, Ross, thanks for joining us on the questions. Now you're going to stay with us and go through the game week 5 games. Let's not talk about those for too long. Let's skip through those so we can look forward to game week 6. But thanks for your time, mate, and we'll see you on the next bit.
So welcome back. Week 5 was a belter. So it's not all doom and gloom. There were some mighty matchups. Ryan, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, let's start with the 49ers and the Rams. 49ers 26, Rams 23. The 49ers, even though considering they had a lot of injuries with Purdy, Bosa and Kittle out, they still managed to grind out a good gutsy overtime win there. I mean, Mac Daddy Jones, even though he got injured as well, threw for 342 yards and 2 scores. I mean, it was good. Kendrick Bourne, or Mason Bourne, maybe he should be known that because he was everywhere. For another 142 yards, 10 catches. I mean, the Rams tried everything to get on the 49ers. Stafford passed for 389 yards, then 3 TDs, but that late fumble at the end by Williams, and then a defensive stand on the 4th and 1 to seal it for the San Francisco 49ers was mega.
That was incredible for me. You look at it that the brotherly love or a tush push as we know it could have made that one, but what a stance. 1 yard they had to make the play, and what a stance at the end.
So for me,
another overtime game. Well, how lucky am I? Another one. I didn't know the score. Went into the highlights, and I was getting right into it. I was like, this can't finish here. Please don't let it finish here. Here we go, overtime.
It's incredible there, yeah. So some key takeaways here. It's depth that matters. So even without key players, the Niners roster showed so much resilience. The coaching staff are managing the game and match up smartly. It's, to me, do you bring back Brock Purdy?
I think you keep Mac Daddy going. Keep that man going, because he is on fire.
The boy back last week, and he was all over the place, was Purdy. He clearly wasn't fit. Mac Daddy is here to stay. But yet again, Rams heartbreak. They nearly pulled off that comeback, but they made costly mistakes when it mattered most. I know you got a little bit of soft spot for them, Ryan. It's
I do love the Rams. I say it every week. I've got a lot of love for the Rams.
every week.
I mean, I was almost saying, like, I'm 4-1 now. I'm like, I know you would normally run it, but like, why did they not go for the field goal to try and tie it up and keep it going? I'm like, come on, guys. Rams, you're letting me down, boys.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. But it's on the flip side there for the 49ers. It's this kind of win can be a springboard, can't it? Especially with that team. You look at them at the moment, and they're going back in the locker room, and they've had so many big players out. Yeah. And you touched on it, Ross, earlier. That team game.
Yeah.
The way that the guys that normally sit on the bench and watch, they're really making use of that 53-man roster. Yeah, we got QB2s, we got wide receiver 7s, and they're really like You imagine the coach before the game asking people, "Have you got a pair of cleats to come and join us?" Yeah,
It was a classic game, wasn't it? And Ross, did you say you saw the highlights of this one?
Yeah,
I mean,
saw
it
the highlights.
was mega.
Because you get so sucked into it and drawn into it, and I was like, I can't believe this. This is going overtime. This is it. Another game, and I've been so fortunate with the ones I've picked, and they've gone all the way. It could have gone either way all the time, and I'm like, this. But as you say, heartbreak perhaps for Rams fans, and but it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic game.
and could this be the year that the 49ers Super Bowl in their neck of the woods in the Bay, Levi Stadium? This could be the year. So Steve and Leo, Jackie there, Leo's second team.
Don't be putting on Jackie, Leo, bless him.
Yeah, well, he did admit to being he had a soft spot, didn't he, for the 49ers? But
good win for him. Good win for the 49ers.
And the fact that they're muddling through without all their big players, the record's fantastic. So when they're all fit, do you leave them on the bench?
I mean, we spoke about Bourne for the 49ers. McCaffrey passing yards was immense again. He was all over it in that game, McCaffrey. Catching the ball, running the ball. He was brilliant all game. Big shout out to Christian McCaffrey. You were awesome, mate.
After last year as well, when he was out for so long. Last year was going to be his real big season, wasn't it? And early season injury. And this year is showing what the hype was about.
100%.
So let's move on to the Saints v the Giants. So the Saints finally get off the mark, securing their first win under new coach Kevin Moore. Spencer Rattler rattled that Giants defense with 225 yards and an 87-yard touchdown to Rashid Shaheed.
That's how you do it.
That Saints defense forced 5 turnovers, including a huge 86-yard fumble return by a touchdown by Jordan Howden. But not all doom and gloom for the Giants there. It's the rookie QB really continues to impress. 2 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions and a late game fumble. It shows he's still a rookie, but that skill and talent is there.
Giants, how do you go from beating the Chargers and then losing to the Saints? Come on, boys. Literally, you can't go from doing that. I had you all for winning this one. Fair play to the Saints, though. I mean, you did see the improvements coming from them against the Bills the week before, and I thought they were quite unlucky in that game.
100%. They deserved it. I thought they were so unlucky against the Bills, and I thought, that they deserve more from the Bills game. And I know there was moments there you were panicking because you was ready to purchase a Saint jersey, and after your bold prediction, we was all obviously loving it. So that was a must watch for me because I got right into that and got right excited. But yeah, I think after that game, they deserve something in the next game. And as you say, now off the mark, it's got to be a great feeling. And good. No, it's good for them. Really good for them.
Yeah, I had the Saints for this one because I just thought that without neighbours, because everyone needs good neighbours. Yeah.
I mean, the turnovers killed the Giants, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they were yo-yoing all the way from an early lead they had and then totally collapsing. As you were saying, Ross, fair play for the Saints. That's a good morale boost and win. So close to beating the Bills. Come and play the Giants and get a win. That's nothing but a morale booster there for Rattler and the team.
Yeah.
The Giants pass rush, still not great. So, a bit more work to go. That's a lot more better with now Dart's in there. Rusty Williams is out of the way now, so Dart can start making that team his own. But 5 giveaways, that's how you lose games.
But they'll start getting used to him, won't they? The players will start getting used to the way he wants to play. He'll start taking command, and they'll start to evolve. But neighbours out is not good for them. But I think it's what Saints deserved. It took moments of magic, I thought, from that Alan Joshua. Is it over at the Bills? Is it what's it called? Forget his name anyway.
Main man, Josh. Everyone knows his name.
Yeah, it took moments of magic from the MVP, as we call him. He's to win the game. So it was all credit to the Saints there. They just didn't have that level of player that the Bills had. That was the difference. So this week, coming into it, they were full of confidence, knowing that they took, potentially, as we've all predicted, the potential finalists of the Super Bowl. Took them. So the Giants are going to be pushovers.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
that moves us on to the Dolphins and Panthers. So, Waddle, well, he waddled out of Charlotte in the end. A win for the Panthers, 27-24. I mean, Miami were winning 17-0 in the first half, and Tua was on form again. You're thinking here, well, here we go. Dolphins have finally turned this corner, and we're going to get some wins on the go. But the Panthers roared back. Dowdle rushed for 206 yards and got a score. Bryce Young then overcome some early miscues, and then he to go head-to-head and throw 4 yards to Mitchell Evans with 1 minute 59 left. Fair play to him. I mean, Miami briefly recaptured that lead with a big Waddle catch, but the defences could not hold.
Yeah, I think it was good. A great tactical switches as well there from Dave Canales. That looked at that big miss for Dolphins with Tyreek Hill, and we wish him a speedy recovery.
I've never seen the red zone so much on fire. I saw them 17 up, and then I was like, hang on. What my head's just turning. I'm like, they're coming back. There's another one. There's another play.
Yeah. We saw early one of the Eagles games early this season, didn't we? Where at half time they just changed, like the Eagles changed the games, and that's what the Panthers did. It's quite a rush game, wasn't it, with the Dolphins without that their star man being there. They just didn't have that get out of jail card that some teams have. And once you get momentum, so in your early rookie career of watching the. You've probably seen a lot of swings, haven't you, on the scores, and whoever gets momentum, it don't matter if you're 6 scores down. If you start putting points on the board, they're going to get worried.
It's massive. It's so unpredictable. It's completely different to other sports. I know momentum swings in rugby a bit. Sometimes you go in at the break and you're well up, and something changes, the team talk or something, and occasionally in football, but or soccer. But it's so different. It just seems like you almost switch off. If it weren't for red zone, I wouldn't have known that they came back and won that game. And it was just literally, it was like, well, they're cruising, absolutely cruising. I was watching the moments, and I was like, it was like watching the Colts Raiders. Pointless.
Yeah. But it does show that both Tua and Waddle are dangerous. They've got the tools and the arsenal to make problems for any defense. They just lack consistency, don't they? You can't.
Still got a feeling they might turn it round.
You can't for 1 minute be throwing absolute bombs to teams not even the same colour as yours.
Fair play to the Panthers, though. Good win. Really good win for the Panthers. I must admit, fair play to them. I still think, like I said, Miami might turn it round. They've still got too many good players for me to be struggling, but they've got to turn it around sooner or later. If not, season's over.
It's not all fun in the sun, is it?
It's not all fun in the sun. No.
So that moves on to the Titans versus the Cardinals, and we'll thank Ryan for the headline this week. Cam can.
He definitely did.
Yeah. The Titans 22, Cardinals 21. So the Cardinals blew a golden opportunity for me. The running back, Demarcada, dropped the ball just before the goal line after celebrating prematurely. After watching the first couple of episodes of
Chad Powers. Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing a perfect audition there to become the starting quarterback 8 years later.
I'll tell you what, I saw that people mention about him doing that, and I thought, that can't be real. This is a coincidence because Chad Powers has just come out. And you watch it on the whole, like, what is he doing? Like, he literally drops it before he even gets in there.
You would not pass him your baby to hold, would you?
No.
Yeah. And even more important, I would not give him my beer to hold.
yeah, that's most important.
Beer's definitely not on that man. He's not buying any beers.
Yeah. That's it. Which turned a 72-yard run into a touchback. That mental error just swung the momentum. He kind of breathed life into the boys from Tennessee. And that late comeback, right to the last minute. There's not many games outside of the Raiders Colts which are over after 10 minutes. It keeps going right to our last. And Carmo was openly frustrated, wasn't he, with late game decisions, with successive run plays instead of mixing it up.
Yeah, I mean, again, good win. What a win for the Titans. Can, as we've said. I mean, if you've learned anything, you do not celebrate until you're in that end zone. I mean, that mistake, to your point, Lee, might have just swung it. And then if they score then, maybe we're talking about a different game this week and the Cardinals cruise away and Kyler Murray's celebrating at the end. But the coaching strategy, that probably come under a bit of scrutiny now, so the critical for the Cardinals. But, I mean, keeps viewers on the edge of their seats, these games. Keeps Ross entertained on the red zone. Great way to end it. And the Titans showed their resilience. So another dramatic win, but hey, the Titans will take it.
Exactly. It gives Ross a lot to watch when his Raiders are looking for the lost ark.
When Ross has turned it over at 20-0, he's off.
Oh, it was over before then. I think I slammed the laptop shut firmly on that one and begrudgingly started watching the Eagles, and I was like, I'll switch over to the red zone and catch up. But as you say, another thriller. What a game! Could have swung sort of either way. Well said. Do not hand that man a beer.
I mean, I say no beers on him, but he must have bought the team beers after that.
I think he owes them buckets of beers, that boy. Yeah.
That takes us then into the Commanders and the Chargers. Commanders 27-10 win over the Chargers. I mean, the main man for them, Daniels, was back, returned from injury, and he looked good. I'm not going to lie, he looked good. 231 passing yards, a TD, a little tutty for him, plus 39 rushing yards. I mean, the Commanders trailed early.
For coming back from injury, those 39 rushing yards will be nice for him to get in there, won't they?
Yeah, I mean, they were losing 0-10, and then they come back 27 points unanswered. The rookie running back, Merritt, looked good, broke out of 111 yards, 2 TDs as well for him. He's buying beers. And he also received for 39 yards. Good going, man.
Someone will say they charged into a commanding lead.
They did. Oh, I see what you've done. Good win for the Commanders. I mean, I actually ripped them off a little bit, but now Daniels is back. Chargers have now lost 2 games in a row to that, and the Giants 2 in a row now. So, Commanders, good win.
Yeah, that offense looks more cohesive as well. Once you've got your starting quarterback there, your leader, your captain, you spend all summer playing the plays, rehearsing, practicing with that man sat behind you, and then when that one changes, and the guy coming in doesn't have the same skill set, doesn't have the same awareness, it's going to throw you off and start to question what your plays are going to be about.
Yeah, I had a lot of talk of the Jaden Daniels and leading into it, and obviously I'm still getting used to everyone's name and that, and they said that he's back, and I was like, I'm sure I've seen him already playing, and I was like, well, that's got to be a huge boost. Like, it's got to be a huge boost. Someone as good as that coming back into the team, and probably the difference in in this one. Just the boost alone, knowing that you've got someone as good as that coming back into the team. So yeah, I think that was probably.
I agree, man.
I think as a great compliment for Daniels is he doesn't look like a second-year rookie.
No, he looks very comfortable.
He looks comfortable. He looks seasoned. This is his second year in the NFL.
Right.
Yeah. So it looks like he's been there for years. He looks like he's got the granddaddy Stafford mentality and the Daddy Flacco experience. But he's as a young boy,
he took the Commanders all the way to the playoffs last year, didn't he? And they beat the Lions in the playoff rounds. So he's got some caliber on him. He's good.
Yeah, exactly. So was that it then, Ryan, for the
Yeah,
games that we
thanks everyone for
reviewed last
tuning
week?
into these ones.
I'm sure my notes there, but one more game.
I'm sure on my notes that you sent over to me, just to give me a little brief, I'm sure there was another game. There was definitely another game.
Yeah.
I tell you what, every team has to have a bit of charity sometimes. So Pats fans, take the win while you got it. You've won one game. Woo!
Yeah.
So
the Pats and the Bills. The Pats took the Bills 5-0. Hell no.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Pats 23,
Man.
Bills 20. Took the last of the undefeated off their perch. It was a huge upset in Buffalo with a clutch 52-yard field goal in the final seconds. It's hard not to praise their players. We know that friend of the show, Danny, will be listening in waiting for us to praise his boy Drake May. But I thought Stephon Diggs was good against his former team. It really sparked their offense. And then with Gibson leaving early with knee injury, with was it a knee injury or was it embarrassment after his fumble though?
It may be. All jokes aside, right? Obviously, I was like, the Bills are going to win this easy. But we did say Drake May would look good the week before, and he did look good again this week. Him and Diggs were connecting like anything this week. We lost. We're over it now. Danny, we probably won't see you at the Super Bowl, so I don't care. We'll move on.
Vulnerability exposed. Vulnerability's been exposed. Bye bye Buffalo.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly, yeah. It's even guaranteed games aren't guaranteed anymore.
Not in the NFL anyway. No, it's so unpredictable, the NFL. Honestly, if you ask anyone, they probably thought the Bills were going to win. We weren't firing on all cylinders. Not taking nothing away from the Pats because they were brilliant. They were brilliant. We've got to take it on the chin and move ahead to the next one for us now. The road continues.
Exactly, but it comes back to that clutch kicking matters. When games come down to the wire, your special team wins it.
Well, Ross, thanks for staying with us as we reviewed this week's games. We will look ahead to next week's games.
Perfect.
Welcome back, Snappers. It's week 6 in the NFL of the season, and it is flying by. There are some big games, big storylines, and even bigger headaches for some of you fantasy owners. I mean, I am still recovering from that Bills loss.
But he is over it, apparently. Yeah, just like Ross and Rachel, he's over it. Yeah. He's fine.
I'm fine.
Yeah. So I'm here to keep you emotionally stable while we dive into the weekend slate. It's a tasty one. Some divisional beef, some potential player previews, and maybe, as we saw last week, some upsets on the cards.
Well, let's get into it, mate. 6 big games this week. What are we kicking off with?
The short trip down, the Giants versus the Eagles. So Giants hit the Eagles. The Birds have looked strong, but that loss last week definitely raised some eyebrows. Hurts has a couple of costly turnovers, and you can tell that Philly offense just still isn't firing on all cylinders yet.
Yeah, I mean, they have been winning. They've been winning quite ugly. The O-line's solid. They do find gaps. I mean, they've got to start using A.J. Brown a bit more because he's been a monster when he's been catching that ball. The Giants, though, not doing a great protection of protect and dart. I mean, he's getting sacked like it's a team hobby at this point.
Yeah. It's. I think the Giants really need Saquon to be not fully fit for this one. I've seen that his come up is potentially doubtful for the weekend, which is a huge blow for the Eagles. But it's a bit of relief for the Giants fans to have their old boy come back to haunt them.
Oh, definitely. You don't want him going there this weekend. I mean, prediction-wise for me this week, I think it might be close early doors, but I can't see past Philly winning.
Yeah, you got any predictions, Ross?
I think the Eagles are just going to be too strong. I think from what I've seen of the Giants, it's a free rein on turnovers for them. They just seem to get turned over so much, and I just think as you said, Eagles. I think they're riding their luck a lot. I think but hand it over to them that they've got through these games, even if it's with a bit of luck or whatever. But I just think, clear favourites. I'm sure the bookies will be the same and saying the same. And I just think with injuries and turnovers, the Giants have just got zero chance against the Eagles.
Yeah, I agree there. It's going to be another disappointing week for the boys from the MetLife. I think the Eagles will be too strong. With their winning mentality, they'll shine through as well. They've got the experience now of late, and they'll bounce back. And this week, we're not playing a defence as good as the Broncos. And despite Dart and Scatterboo's best efforts, that Giants O-line just isn't strong enough to be troubling the Eagles D.
So we're going three Eagle wins.
I hate to say it though, all because of our other friend, our newbie to the sport, and choosing, albeit he says he didn't, but he definitely was Googling down the pub when I was chatting to him, telling him he has to choose a team for the NFL this season. He went with the Eagles after seeing how hot favourites they were. I saw Scotty. I saw you, Scotty. Googling away. I was over your shoulder. I see you looking at the odds, the Sky Bet odds, and I hate to say it. I really just want to just go with the Giants, but I think it's going to be one-sided, that one.
Scotty the Bald Eagle. That's his new name.
Indeed.
Yeah. So here we go to the Ravens versus Rams.
I mean, this is a sneaky good one. I mean, the Ravens are a bit reeling a little bit. I mean, who would have thought they'd be 1-4 at the moment? And after losing last week, the defence looked a little bit confused. And I mean, the offense either isn't clicking. I mean, this is a big game for the Ravens.
Yeah, it's before his injury, Lamar was running for his life half the time. Rams are young, but that Puka Nacua, that boy is everywhere. I'm pretty sure that he's a triplet. And there's three of them on the pitch at once, because there's always one of them in space.
He's everywhere, isn't he?
He is indeed. Yeah, in soccer, we always go on about the ground covered, and that X ran 11 kilometres this game, another one 14 kilometres. I'm pretty sure Puka just, even when he's not on the pitch, he's running up and down the sideline.
Yeah. I think the Ravens have got to get Mark Andrews more involved if they can, or maybe just dial up that ground game a bit more. I mean, they can't keep relying on the QBs to keep throwing it to everyone all the time, because it's just not happening for them. They need to do something different.
Yeah. Is that Lamar Jackson then? Is that So
that's his boys. It's Lamar's boys.
Right, okay, so I got one right. But yeah. I was obviously doing my homework again, and I was looking at bits and bobs, and I thought that I was aware that the Ravens were going to be close to being in the Super Bowl, at least get in there to the playoffs comfortably. But it's just completely thrown me, because I honestly thought I'd be watching a few of their games and learning perhaps from what another one of the teams I'll be learning from. Dominating, but evidently not. So, yeah.
Who are you picking, Ross, then? Who's your pick for this one?
It's got to be the Rams. It's got to be the Rams. Offense and defense looking solid. Ravens, they just seem lost. I mean, I might be talking absolute rubbish, but for me, for what I've seen and what I read, and maybe it's because they were bigged up too much. Maybe when I was looking at the betting side of it all, and they were high up there. They were favourites up there. I'd heard the name Lamar Jackson floating around, and I just thought, it's going to be fantastic watch. But I just cannot see them doing anything. I think again, quite an easy win for the Rams.
You could say you've got a lot of love for the Rams.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. For me, it's. The Ravens will be hurting. They're 1-4, and who'd have predicted that? But with the news that Lamar's missed his fourth straight practice sessions, and additionally got Roquan Smith, Marlon Humphrey, and Chidobe Awuzie out of that defence, they're going to be extremely short-handed. And then Henry's off the boil. He's had a couple of fumble doors this season, hasn't he? It's just not, and they're just not clicking. But whilst the Rams lost to the 49ers last week, I just can see them dusting themselves off and getting back on that win bandwagon.
I agree. It's such a close game, and I don't think you can take too much from that loss. I think they'll jump straight, as you say, straight back on, and away they go again. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, when you see enough of them to say, actually, when a game could go either way at the death, it's you don't take it too much to heart there. When it's a 20-0 when you turn it off to watch something else.
Here's a statement though: if the Ravens do lose to the Rams this week and they go 1-5, is it game over for the Ravens?
They've got to have some crazy runs there to get to pull that back, haven't they? You've almost got to think they've got to go the rest of the season unbeaten.
Yeah.
Which is what's not going to happen this week. I've got a lot of love for the Rams, so it's a Rams win.
I think if the Ravens lose, they're not making the playoffs.
Welcome to the Raiders world.
Yeah.
Raiders, Ravens, same team at this point.
Those Bulls are wobbling out there in Baltimore, so I think it's so we're going there as a straight clean sweep of the Rams.
Did we? See, we do love the Rams.
Yeah, so let's move on to the Jags versus the Seahawks. For me, this is a proper coin toss. No, it's not indeed. It's if I can speak English, it's a proper coin toss.
You can probably get some toins.
Well, yeah, I'm going to be tossing my toins this weekend. It's yeah. The Jags are looking confident after the massive win against Chiefs. That was fantastic for them. It's Trevor Lawrence he looked calm. It's so this season he's not had those moments, has he? So far, I think he's realised that his monthly paycheck is quite nice. So he better start earning it.
He better start buying those beers because they are on fire, the Jags. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year they'd be 4-1, I'd have gone, after watching them last year, like no chance of the Jags to be 4-1 at this point. But now they've got a massive opportunity to go 5-1. I mean, that was a statement win against the Chiefs. I mean, the team have come alive. Etienne looked explosive. The offense was causing chaos, but Seattle at home, it's a tricky game, that one.
Yeah, I mean, again, I thought I was learning some new NFL lingo there with the toin costs. I was going to say the same. I was going to say exactly the same. You could flip a coin and it could go either way. I think I was trying to do a little bit of research on both teams. I think, I don't know, something tells me that the Seahawks will just edge it. Why? I don't know, but that's just what I think. So yeah, to give you my answer now and not go back on it because it really could go either way. I'm going to go Seahawks.
Yeah, they're a physical team. They're a strong team there, and they do protect the quarterback quite well. So Donald, after his great end of the season at the Bengals last year, the great end of the season at the Vikings last year. Yeah, see Ross, it's we are as much of a rookie as everybody else here. But Daniel, it's having a quietly solid year, I think.
I think it will come down to defense, like turnovers. I mean, if the Jags can pressure the QP and force some mistakes, they might edge it. I'm actually going for Trevor Lawrence to keep buying those beers. It's a Jacksonville win for me.
Yeah, I'm the same. It's winning breeds confidence, and the fact is that you're 4-1. You beat the Chiefs last week. What have you got to lose? So everyone's tails will be up. It was such a statement win, and Lawrence is starting to pay back those big bucks. So I'm going to go for the Jags as well.
I'm looking at my notes here, and I'm sticking with the Seahawks, but. And because we've gone the same so far as well, but I've actually put Jaguars seem marginally more consistent, so The choose the Jaguars. But anyway, I'm scrapping that. They're only notes. So that's yeah. No.
They're a decent team, the Seahawks. It's a tough division they're in. It's going to be interesting. We spoke about them. Was it last week? We spoke about Seahawks. Or
last week. Yeah.
And they're not out of it. It's if Darnell can get on form, if he can get some protection, then he's got some of the skills that Lawrence has. So it would be a coin toss of who's going to win.
That's brilliant. That's only ever going to be a coin toss from now on.
Yeah.
That moves us on to the Ross game of the week. It's Raider Ross or can he? I don't know. Ross, we'll start with you, mate. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but what do you think?
Let's
of the
go
Raiders?
Yeah, I was not very convinced after the last game. I was so convinced that we've turned the corner after playing the Bears. I was so convinced. I was like, yeah, no. If all the games are going to go like that, I don't mind losing. You know, if it's going to, but yeah, to be broken like that, they have really got to have a rethink and even perhaps a little rejig and take some bold moves and get some rookies that they've brought in and do something because you can't turn up like that again. Raiders at home, is that right? Are the Raiders at home or are they away?
I think so. I think they're at home.
So
in the stadium of Tron.
Yeah. I think
impressive.
If they are at home, then they're going to be favoured on their own turf. I can't go against the Raiders, can I? I wanted them to be my pick for the Super Bowl, but that would have been daft. So give me something. For me, the Raiders. I'm not going to go against my team. And I just think that they'll bounce back. They seem to do it. It seems like every other game they're there or thereabouts. So a bad week last week, and I think they're going to bounce back. And everybody, they're going to be hurting, so they're going to want to fight for everything. And if they don't, then there's big problems. But I think they're just going to be hurting. They're going to want to come back. They're going to want to fight. Everyone's going to turn up. The home fans are going to be there, and they're just going to get them over the line. It's going to get them over the line.
Like it, mate. I like it.
Then going back to last week, I don't think the Raiders. You can't take anything from that game. The Colts are the top scorers in the AFC, and they're 3-0 at home. So it's the 4-1 overall, but they're a big force. We've spoken about them a few times on the show, and they're sneaky good. That AFC South is the Colts and the Jags both at 4-1.
Yeah, they are sneaky good. I think the Raiders need to find a bit of rhythm this week. They're a bit all over the place last week, weren't they? But to your point, they were playing the Colts. So this is definitely a game the Raiders should be looking at, I think, and thinking, hey, we can get a win here. So I'm backing you, mate. I'm going Raiders. Raiders!
Exactly, yeah. So I'm the same here. It's I think if the Raiders can get the wide game early, if they can get them stretched, then I think they're in for it. I think this week.
So we said Cam could last week, but Cam can't this week, is what we're saying.
Exactly. Yeah. It's, he can't do it all. He is a rookie. So I'm going to predict the boys from the Sin City to put their whooping from the Colts behind them and take the W.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool.
I agree. Yeah, and let's welcome to Vegas. Vegas, baby.
Vegas, baby. Vegas, baby.
Yeah. So that moves us on to what pre-season this would have been our game of the week. So if we'd have picked each week which one was going to be our game of the week, we'd have gone Chiefs v Lions. Everyone stop what you're doing and watch this game.
Yeah. As a complete newbie, I agree. I'm super excited for this game. So much so that I'm not sure of all the timings yet, but if the Raiders are on at the same time, I'm definitely going to split screen for these two games. But if they're not, I'll watch the Raiders win, and then I'm
and then switch over.
Yeah.
And it's you got Mahomes versus Goff. Even with the Chiefs stumbling, Mahomes still trying to do it all on his own. He just needs the rest of his mates to help him out. I think if they can get a little bit closer to their players coming back, they've got one more game, haven't they, before Rash is back?
Yeah.
From suspension. Pacheco's starting to run again. He's running angry. And that
the Lions, man, they look legit, don't they? Like they look so good. Goff's playing with like supreme confidence at the minute. Like he's winging that ball everywhere. St. Brown, no one can actually guard him in a minute. He seems to be scoring every time he gets the ball at them, which is awesome for them. And the O-line just seems to give him all day. Like, hello, throw me the ball, touchdown, let's get going.
Yeah, I'm over here.
They beat you up. They just beat you up physically. The Lions, they're so good. They're so good.
Yeah, but I do think it can go either way. I think whilst they're consistent, they're strong, they're quick, I don't know if they've got the unpredictability that the Chiefs have got. So you look at the players that the Lions have got, and you'll see them dominate. You'll see that you can see exactly where their strengths are. You can see exactly that St. Brown's going to run you. You know how Goff's going to play. I just think that sometimes that Mahomes' little bit of magic, that his awkwardness, he may sound like Kermit, but he is no Muppet.
No, you can't write the Chiefs off 100%. You can never write them off. I think it will be a really good game. I think it'll be a bit of a shootout, actually, between the two teams, because you said Mahomes has got that magic, and he'll carry the Chiefs as far as he can. I just can't see past the Lions. Lions win for me.
Yeah. What about you, Ross?
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs have got big firepower and you just can't count them out. I just every game I've been watching, I was like, I was thinking. Obviously, I've known a bit about them because of the Super Bowl last year, so you keep an eye on things and they get talked about a lot. They've got experience in tight games. This is going to be a tight game. I think, and I'm hoping, because I just love this overtime. I'm just thinking, here we go again. It's going to go overtime, and when there's a will, there's a way with the Lions, and they're just going to do it. The Lions are going to do it. They're going all the way. I told you this earlier. They're going all the way. So yeah, it's going to be such a tough one. But no, I'll back the Lions to win the Super Bowl, and they've got to win big games like this to win the Super Bowl, or to get to the playoffs to have a chance to win the Super Bowl. And I think they've got the Eagles coming up in a couple of weeks as well, and they've got a few tough games. I was looking at the Lions, and when I was making the bold prediction that they're going to win the Super Bowl, and I was like looking at this one, but I think they're going to do it. I think they just got it, but it's going to go to overtime. You heard it here first.
Oh, there we go. That's not bad, little bit. Lee, what are you going for, mate?
So for me, it's going to be a cagey affair. So I see Lions, like, their offense blowing teams out of the water. But when you've only so the Lions defense is only 5 points less than the Bears defense. I look at this, and so the Panthers, we talked about not having a defense, and they're only 7 points less. Yeah, so for me, it's whilst they have the firepower to do that, I do think they'll give the Chiefs a little bit too much respect. I think it niggle in the back of their minds that the big teams can get at us, and I think that the Chiefs might use that to their advantage. Andy Reid, every time we write them off, he comes up with some magic. He's been there, he's done that. So I just think they're going to nick it, but I think it's going to be a late one. I think it's going to be to the death. I think they'll just be a play. It'll be a one-score win. Whether that one-score win is going to be in normal time, or as we heard it here first, in overtime.
Oh, it's predicted overtime. Yeah, that's the first overtime prediction, I think.
Yeah. So I just think that whilst were all impressed because we can see that running game, we can see that wide game, and the way that the O-line protects Goff. They conceded too many points. It's you can win at soccer. It's great if you're winning 7-4, but you conceded 4.
Yeah.
It's people can score against you, and if the small teams can score points, then these bigger teams are gonna see ways. There are gonna be cracks there. There are gonna be little opportunities. I just think that it could go either way. I just think the Chiefs will nick it.
Some good points there, Lee. I agree that firepower of the Chiefs is and as you say, the big teams, but if Detroit Lions want to be a big team, and to be a big team, they're going to turn up in big games. So yeah,
they've got to. Yeah. It's without turning up in those big games. Yeah.
I just talk about big games. Yeah. So I talk about big games. The last but not least game of the week, then, the Bucks and the 49ers. Now, this probably is game of the week now, I would say. So for both teams are 4-1. They're both physical. They're both stacked on defense. This is a hard one to pick.
Another coin toss?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a close game. As you say, game of the week. Both physical stacked there. I just don't think the 49ers score enough points. And then the Buccaneers, they're grinding out wins. All the games are closer. They're only 3 points difference. They may be 4-1, but they've only scored 3 more points than they've conceded.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, when the Niners are healthy, when they've got players back, I think they'll be quite a scary team. But they are getting wins at the minute. McCaffrey's playing awesome, as we said earlier on. Debo plays well for him, and he can't knock on Mac Daddy at the minute. Mac Daddy Jones is firing in him at the minute, so this is a hard one to shout. What do you reckon, Ross?
I needed a little bit of help from the stats and the internet and ChatGPT. I've been having a discussion with him over it, and we're still both undecided. So,
yeah, as you say, have you got a coin? Have you got a coin you can toss?
I think the 49ers are dangerous. I think they're a dangerous team. I guess as I saw with stats and betting, that it looks like the Bucs are favourites to win it, but I just think the 49ers are dangerous, and I think that just purely because after the last game and knowing that it can be done on a coin toss, and I just for me it's going to be a 49ers. They just seem like a dangerous team. In any of their games, they just seem slightly dangerous, and they're really unpredictable. So yeah, for me, 49ers just edge it. No big calls about OT. That's I'm saving that for the Chiefs Lions game. But
yeah. I'm in agreement with you there. I'm going to go 49ers as well. They've been the masters of the one-score win. They've never blown anyone away. They've been managing games very, very well. And if you can keep, it reminds me of the teams that Fergie bought in winning titles with Davon Fletcher and those kind of players, and Nicky Butts and stuff. It's you've got to have those reserve players in, and they're coming in and they're managing these perfectly. And if they can bed them in, get a few more debuts under the belt, ready for their big names to come back in, I think they're going to be. But Baker Mayfield is always dangerous. You're never going to keep him down there. It's and Ekbuku, he looked a machine. That run last week.
It's shake and bake time for me. It's Baker Mayfield win. He's getting it for me. I'm going against him. I'm going for a Tampa Bucks win. Baker Mayfield is going to pull out the bag. See you later, 49ers. The win's in Tampa.
Yeah, and and that will really shake up that NFC South because the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Saints are all hot on the heels. Actually, oh wait, yeah, It's I think the Bucks have dropped lucky, haven't they, with that at the moment. It's the
What
only
did we
one.
go for then? So I picked Bucks. Ross, you've picked 49ers.
49ers.
Lee, 49ers
49ers,
as
yeah.
well.
I think that's just that NFC West is a stacked division. 49ers, Seahawks, and Rams. And then Cardinals.
That's a good
obviously.
one.
But yeah, it's a great entertainment for TV anyway.
100%. I mean, that's our Week 6 rundown then. There's 6 huge games, lots of storylines, maybe a few surprises come in. Hopefully not a Buffalo this week in the Buffalo game. Well, that just about wraps things up for today's episode of Mind the Snap. So big thanks for sticking with us.
And if you want to keep the conversation going, you can find us on Instagram at Mind the Snap Podcast, over on X at Mind the Snap Pod, and of course, probably our main platform at the moment, TikTok, is Mind the Snap Podcast.
Yeah, and thanks again to Raider Ross for joining us this week. Make sure to go and give us a follow. Drop us your thoughts and let us know your hot takes. We actually do love hearing from you guys.
We do indeed. So let's get involved in our rookie thoughts and let us know where we're going wrong. So don't forget to tune in next week to see how we did with our predictions. And as usual, we're diving into more NFL action, stories, and hopefully some spicy debates too.
Until then, thanks for listening. And remember, mind the snap.